Hiya, heya, hello, and welcome to another edition of HFC in 2015, what you may have missed. August was a very busy month for HellfireComms. We had playthrough content aplenty and also took part in a charity marathon raising over £13,000 for a good cause. All in all, it was a pretty good month, but what about the specifics? Well, that's what I'm here to talk to you all about today, so let's get cracking. First up, Shadow of the Colossus. This was another jaunt into HFC and BSC crossover territory, and Ryan and Johnny were my guests this time around. We decided to do this one live, and honestly I think it turned out for the best. Some games like Sotka are just that much better when done live instead of in post, and while that's not the case for every game, it doesn't work for every game, I believe it made the playthrough that much more fun to watch. Besides, ain't nothing wrong with mixing things up every once in a while. This playthrough is complete, so check out the links in the video description if you want to check it out. Same goes for everything else uttered in these silly little videos of mine. Next up, we have the second August playthrough, and our second Zelda playthrough of 2015, The Legend of Zelda The Windwaker HD. We covered the first half of the game this month, and it's going great so far. Mexy's trivia is on point as always, and my silly blathering is on point as always. It's kind of hard to make sailing about seem exciting, especially when I'm just talking about it here with not much context, like footage and such on screen, so I'll just say that the story is starting to pick up in pace now, and we're getting to the good stuff. Hope you've all been enjoying this one so far. Lastly, we put up a trio of retro game playthroughs for your amusement. Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts, and Super Ghouls and Ghosts, the G&G trilogy, if you will. These were all commented on by the full main cast of HFC, that is, myself, THD, Mexican Base Monkey, and X-Gamer Richie, and they were all recorded by MBM. Having had my fair share of retake woes when it comes to recording stuff like the Mega Man NES games, I can sympathise heavily with how hard it must have been for Mexy to record these, but I think they turned out really well when all said and done. Once again, retro playthroughs will not be a super regular thing, that is, we're not really interested in having a whole nother month of the friggers, but expect to see some older games here and there over the coming months. Stay tuned for the next time portion of the video for more details. Next up, the big event itself, the HFC Nintendothon. You probably all know how this went down by now, and I'm not going to list off all the games that were featured since that would take far too long. See the playlist in the video description if you want to see all the games for yourself. But it was a major success. Overall, we made £13,650 and 36 pence, which, according to my rudimentary math powers, is roughly about $21,400, so a fair amount over the Sonic-a-thon. Frankly, I did not expect to even pass $15,000. I deliberately lowballed the total because the Sonic-a-thon was such a big thing, and I didn't expect to have such a result 2 years in a row. Thankfully, I was proven wrong, and thanks to the likes of BrainscratchComms, FTCR, HBOR, and everyone else in between, we raised a lot of money for a good cause, and I've never been happier to eat crow. This was all for Mind, the UK-based mental health charity, by the way. Great organisation, doing a lot of good things for people in need. Thank you all for your generous support, whether it be through donations, awareness spreading, or just casual viewing. You all helped out in your own way, and we all appreciate it. And that about covers it for HFC in August. All that's left to cover is what's coming next in September. No More Heroes technically started on the very last day of August, but that won't stop me from classifying it as a September playthrough. Yes, the PAL censorship is doofy as fuck, but we hope you enjoy the commentary all the same. Please give it a shot, I'm sure you'll like it. We'll also be finishing off Wind Waker in September. The second half of the playthrough will be going up this month. Prepare yourself for plenty of spoilers and sailing-based action. And finally, you can look forward to a retro playthrough that THD and I have been wanting to do for a very long time, Vector Man for the Sega Mega Drive/Genesis. It's gonna be a good one. That's all for now, folks. Thank you for supporting HellfireComms in 2015 so far, and we hope you enjoy September's content. Bye for now.